Incompetence Pod.
Welcome to the Perpetual Incompetence Podcast, a journey in competitive self-improvement.
Bear witness as the three of us endeavor to improve our lives by competing in a series of low-stakes challenges.
In each episode, we will come up with a challenge and then define the rules or metrics for victory.
We will have 2 weeks to do our best, and at the end, one of us will be crowned victor. Hi, I'm true believer and poetic soul Mike Collins.
Hello, I'm Master Yogi, Master of Wind, the Songsmith, the Busiest Beaver, Yumpin' Yodeler Dan Collins.
And I'm Mr. Sunshine, Future Corpse, and Synergistic Mystic Travis Greenicus Brabin, the Silver-Tongued. We each have one idea for a challenge for us to attempt in the next 2 weeks. After we've all presented, we'll decide whose idea is the best. Who wants to go first?
I have a fun idea.
Let's hear it.
So this is, I feel like the three of us are not part of the young, cool crowd anymore. You know, we're just like adults.
I disagree, sir.
And
I think 100% on the mark.
we like own houses and probably very rarely go on any social media. So I was thinking it'd probably be good to understand, you know, to get back into the world of popular culture.
I don't like where this is going.
And I don't do any of you guys have a TikTok account?
No.
Have you ever used TikTok?
No.
Neither have I. So what we should do is we should each create a TikTok account, get into it, and try to get the most followers on TikTok.
No.
I hate that.
No, I also hate that.
It would be pretty funny, though. I mean, come on.
That would
And
also
you gotta,
be...
and like, there's all these trends that you can do to like get people to like your videos. I think,
Let's go back to yodeling.
It's a video platform, right? So we'd have to put my dumb, ugly face all over the internet.
I mean, you could do like cat videos. I don't know, whatever
I do
gets
have
people to like.
I do have 2 cats.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you don't have to you don't have to be like, hey, what's up? It's your boy. You know, you have to do that. You can just be like, this is how you pick a lock or something, you know?
Oh, yeah, I do not like this at all.
I mean, it's definitely outside of my comfort zone. And that's all I have to say about that.
So anyways, that's that. What do you guys got?
All right. I've said this a couple times now. We have gotten soft, particularly around the middle. So I think we need to endure some pain. We've been putting it off. We haven't done any physical challenges for a little bit. I think we should do planks. Pretty straightforward, right down the middle. Just plank. Always be planking. And then at the end, we would see who can hold the plank the longest.
Oh.
And whoever does could be crowned the plank king. This is my challenge.
That's pretty good. I like the fact that it's like who can hold it the longest. We would need to get into specifics of what type of plank.
Well, to give actual justification, your abs and core muscles and stabilizers are all very important to posture and back pain and other things. Like you mentioned that we're not hip and young, insinuating that we are old and crotchety. As much like exercise and stuff like that, I still find that, like, you know, sitting for a while, or if I sit wrong in a car for an extended period of time, my back hurts still. Yeah. So I've heard that developing your core and posterior chain are important for alleviating symptoms like that. So let's do some planks. I've heard that those are good for overall engagement of your core and, you know, legs and shoulders. It's just an overall good exercise that I think we could probably benefit from doing a bunch of.
I was watching a video. Some guy did planked for like 8 hours or something like that.
All right. If you do that, you'll win.
Plank for 8 hours, and then he couldn't bend over at the middle anymore. Is that kind
And
of,
then he just became wood.
or he kind of like snapped in half like a bow and arrow where the wood was too weak?
I think he had a catheter so he could pee when he was doing it.
Oh, don't do
Jeez.
that. That's too
Yeah.
far, sir.
Yeah.
Travis, you and I think, are of the same mind on this. We haven't done a physical one, and have we really done a physical one other than the yoga one? I suppose the
Breath
I mean, we
breath
did,
breath
holding.
one.
yeah, breath sort of.
Okay. I have mine's on the similar vein, and I guess it would have the same benefits as planks. My idea is burpees.
Ugh.
Um, I don't know how familiar you are, Dan, with
Oh yeah.
burpees. They're just they suck real good. So my idea was what we should try and do is do them every day. You guys can pick the amount that you want, and then we could maybe either, because I don't think doing the most. No, we could probably do like who could do the most of them, or maybe
I
who
mean,
can do the most in like a minute or like 5 minutes or something like that. What do you,
yeah, I think if
yeah.
we do cumulative the most, Dan will crush us again. I think things that are sort of dependent on both available time and willingness to just be doing, the thing at all hours.
That's true.
So I,
Well, we could think of like, so we could have more than one metric and see who wins overall. We could do who can do the most, and then who improved the most, and then who uh got the most out of it, who lost the most weight doing it. I don't know. Um,
Interesting.
so
sure.
it kind of be another rubric sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And I was just thinking, if you do burpees every day for 2 weeks, there will be improvement because it's such
Yeah.
a brutal exercise.
Yeah. I mean I do burpees every once in a while just to kind of warm up for uh
For your
I feel
other
like
workouts,
I feel like I could do a lot of burpees.
I can do them. I have been putting my body through a lot of pain recently, so I feel like I could at least hang. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
could shoot for most improved.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
so that's what we got. Which one do we
yep.
want to do?
Uh, so the TikTok one, hmm. It's a pretty good challenge. The problem with it is there's a time commitment, So like if you, because it's gonna come down to, well, I guess not necessarily. I was gonna say it comes down to who's got the most time to like make videos, but if you make a really good video,
Maybe go
then
viral.
yeah. Do I want that in my life though?
Be a good promotion for the podcast.
yeah, I mean
That's
that's really the only redeeming factor in my opinion.
I mean, you don't have to really commit any time. There's probably I think there's people that just like record themselves like I'm on my way to work. I think I'm gonna buy a sandwich at Jimmy John's. Like see you next time.
but we're going for views, Dan.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like what are they vlogging or it's people just don't do anything. They just record themselves just like living.
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could, what we could do is make up a story and have a vlog. That's an unusual one, I don't know.
yeah.
Well, so here I am living in a trash can again, about to get some Jimmy Johns. I don't know.
I don't know, there's something that feels distasteful about like doing it to gain followers. It feels like I
That's
don't
all
know.
anybody's on there for. The only reason anybody's on any of those things is to get followers.
That's true. That's the only reason we're on there.
Like, why would
Yeah.
you go on there otherwise? I guess to
But
watch the videos.
To
I
what?
guess that's probably a big part of it too, huh?
I'd say that
Yeah.
probably even most people watch rather than create, but yeah, I would vote for a physical one, partially because I hate the idea, and also because we haven't done a physical challenge in a while.
Yeah. I think I would, if we are gonna do a physical one, I think I would rather do the planking one.
And that
I
one's
feel
easier
like
to measure.
that's why I think it'd just be easier to measure at the end.
Uh, I mean, I'm down to do it. I'm a lot fatter than you guys, so I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. But
Well, that
I could
wouldn't that affect your burpees as well?
well, like I said, most improved.
Well, we could do most improved for the planking as well.
That's true. Maybe we could do more
Yeah.
than one metric, cause like, yeah, who could hold it the longest? Because I think Dan would be at advantage just because he's skinnier than the rest of us.
We can just do on the honor system, we can do most improved against ourselves, starting and
That's true.
ending.
Yeah.
So if we each do a plank tomorrow for as long as we can hold it, and then do another one at the end of 2 weeks. We can do it that simply.
That's true. I kind of like that because then it still incorporates like going as long as you can.
Right.
It still be in there.
I haven't
Yeah,
done the
I'm
plank
down.
in a while.
I'd be down to do that. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do the
Yeah.
plank one.
What's the honorific then?
The
Uh,
one that I had put out was Plank King.
Planking.
Yeah.
uh,
Planking. You're the
The King of Planks.
King
Plank
of
King.
planks.
king of planks.
The plank,
Plank Tank.
Papa Plank, plank tank, kind of like that. P. There's a lot of good P words if we want to alliterate. Plank. There's also some good rhymes. Tank, sank, rank. Maybe that's it.
Swank.
Swank,
Tank Planker.
swanky planker.
I like that one a lot.
We can do better, I think.
Swanky planker.
It could be the swanky planker. So it could be like, like Mike, or True Believer and Poetic Soul, Mike Collins, the swanky planker.
Feels like that gives a
Uh,
I don't know. That's a little weird. It feels weird to me, but I'm open to it if that's what you guys want to do.
no, yeah, we can play in the
plank.
space.
Plank bank. There's a lot of ink words. Thank you, planks.
Stanky planker.
Stanky planker.
We're
Hanky planker.
all right, Mike. You're in timeout.
How about like
Hanky
Frank the
planker.
planker?
Hanky planky. Uh, that's so dumb.
Hanky plank.
planky.
Hanky planky.
Hanky planky. Uh,
Dang kids over there doing hanky planky.
Spanky planky.
Hmm.
Spank the plank. The plank spanker.
This is a family show, Mike.
Yeah, I
It's
think you need to
only dirty if you
reorient.
think it is. I mean, there's nothing inherently dirty about that because you're
And why does
spanking
it sound so dirty?
Well, it doesn't sound dirty to me. Found just fine. Dirty minds. The cranky
Cranking
the
split.
cranking split.
It's like hard. It's hard to. Okay, I feel like
Hanky. I like hanky planky or hanky planker the best.
I don't.
I'm planking. Thanks. My mind is blank. We could just make a rhyme or like what do they call them? A
I
rap.
just feel like what about the tanky planker?
Tanky planker. That does actually fit a lot better.
Tank is kind of strong,
Yeah.
You can withstand things.
Tanky planker. That's pretty good. Tanky. The danky splanker. Wait, planker.
I said that one a little early on.
You did?
I mean, dank, obviously we're not hip with the kids. I don't know if dank is still cool, but
Probably
used
not.
to be cool, I think. The dank planker.
The tanky planker. That's pretty good. That might be the one. What was one? I said
Uh,
one earlier that I quite liked.
Swanky Planker.
Swanky Planker. It's not as good. It's fun to say though. Swanky Planker.
Well, Tanky fits into us getting buff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
Tanky Planker.
Getting them six
it's
packs.
thematically on point and fun to say.
Tanky Planker.
Tanky Planker.
I'm into it. Tanky
All right, let's do
Planker.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have our challenge, we have our metric, and we have our honorific. Let's do this.
Hey, folks, it's me, Dan, the current and eternal champion of this podcast. Wanted to thank you for listening. If you're liking what you're hearing so far, we'd sure appreciate it if you tell a friend or two about it and share our important message with the world. Thanks.
Welcome back to the Perpetual Incompetence Podcast. As a reminder, we recorded the first part of the podcast 2 weeks ago, and since then, we've been planking as hard as we could and as often as we could. Let's discuss our initial thoughts, and then we'll find out who won. I'll go first. As the person who suggested this challenge, I thought it was going to be more interesting than it ended up being. I I didn't find this challenge to be particularly stimulating. Planking is fine and very good for you. There's a lot of health benefits to having a strong core, and it helps with back pain and stuff like that. Like, it's a good thing to do, but I just didn't find it very fun or interesting to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree. But well, I'll get into it later. But yeah.
so
I
yeah,
disagree.
oh,
I started asking people, like basically everybody I talked to, like, how long do you think you could plank for? And I've just been talking about planking with everybody I know. Like, what's the longest time you ever planked? And I've been having a lot of fun conversations about planking with people.
I will say when I recorded my initial time, the next day I was hanging out with our mutual friend Brett, and I asked Holly how long she thought I could hold the plank for, and I asked Brett, and they both said like 2 minutes and some change, like more than what my initial time was actually. So I was like, oh, people think it's easier to plank than it is, or I'm a weakling.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure if you discuss it or bring it up in conversation, there's more joy to be had there. But I didn't really talk about, other than those two discussions with Brett and Holly. I didn't really talk about it to anybody. I think that 2 weeks is probably too short a time to really see a lot of improvement, and that like
Yeah.
core strength improvement is a huge thing. And I think we may find with physical challenges. I mean, I guess Dan smoked when we did the breath holding competition and made a huge improvement there, but some physical like muscle building or like even flexibility stuff, I think it's going to be hard to see major improvement in 2 weeks, but we'll find out, I guess. As far as things that I did notice in this challenge, when you have done like a good core workout, when you like stretch the next day or whatever, it feels so much more satisfying because you're like everything is so tight, all your like
Yeah.
your core or whatever. So like I don't know, it just makes uh, your soreness from post core workout just makes all the stretching feel more rewarding. So that's nice.
Yeah, my lower back has been just completely sore after like the first 3 days. It has
Yeah.
never become unsore.
It's kind of continued.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that is pretty much all the thoughts that I have about this whole challenge. So I thought if I can't make it terribly interesting, I can at least make it short. So that's all I got.
All right,
Do we want to discuss your time now, or are we just gonna all talk about that?
I think let's all do it at the end, right?
Well,
yeah, because then it'll be
yeah. All right.
yeah.
I'll say my,
Okay.
my start time was 1:42.
Oh,
Okay.
that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll jump into mine. Yeah. So my experience is all very similar to yours, Travis. Basically, I didn't bring it up with anyone except for my wife. She maybe like twice during this 2-week period was like, "So how are the planks going?" I said, "Fine," and that was that's about as
Yeah,
much excitement I got out of this whole thing.
Holly asked
Yeah,
me if I had been doing mine, and I like the last couple days I haven't been as diligent about it. She's like, "Have you been doing your planks?" I'm like, "No." Have you? Because she's, because she
No,
had the
you.
sciatic pain, and she's supposed to be doing some workouts. So,
oh, okay.
but yeah,
That makes more
I wasn't
sense.
doing a good job.
I thought you were
Go
just
ahead.
being a jerk, you know?
Well, both are true.
Yeah, but anyway, so going into this, I didn't want to go super hard right away because I know I've had it where I've done abs too hard and then I basically can't do anything with them for the next like month.
Yeah.
So I did not want to do that. But I had actually listened to this. It was on the Tim Ferriss podcast. He interviewed this guy, Pavel Tsatsouline, something like that. And
Yeah,
I listened to
kettlebell
it.
guy.
Yeah, kettlebell guy, the guy that brought kettlebells to the West or something. And
Mhm.
but anyway, so obviously he knows what he's talking about, and he had mentioned planks on the podcast when I was listening to it, and what his recommendation was to focus on form and just go when you're doing the plank or any like of the I forget what it's called, but like the static exercises
Mhm.
is just like hold it and then tense your entire body from the neck down and only do it for like 10 seconds at a time and then do like 3 sets of each. Um,
Huh.
and yeah, and he said that's kind of the best way to do it for strength training. And since we're going for, who can do it the longest, that seemed like a strength thing, I guess.
I
So,
would call it an endurance thing, but there is
Yeah.
strength involved.
well, maybe that was my problem. But anyway, so I did that. So basically, I did 3 sets of that, and I did it for around 10 to 30 seconds each set. And I just did it in the mornings before going into work. And I will say I didn't notice much of a change at all. I did have some improvement, but yeah, that was pretty much my experience. I did it, and there you go. So my my starting time was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So
Dang, that's good.
yeah,
I suspect that jujitsu has got something to do with that, right?
well, and also just being a real man, you know.
That's true. Very true.
Just kidding. But yeah. So there you go. That was basically it. I didn't get any big enlightenment from this one. I don't think, other than it's a good thing to do.
I
For
will say
keep it
that
tight.
like planks are good overall workouts. Like if you were to do no other exercise, a plank would probably be like, I don't know, near the top of the best single exercise that you can do. Uh, but yeah, not super exciting.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
definitely feel it. I mean, that's for sure. It hangs around with you for the
Hmm.
day, so
Yeah.
you did something.
Well,
So
yeah,
Right.
like, I definitely, like you feel it in your abs, but I honestly felt it more in my back and my legs more than anything, which I didn't even think was gonna be a thing, but you definitely feel it, like, everywhere.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
Right. It's your experience, Dan.
Well, so, yeah, I mean, I guess I started to just do it, right? The first night I did it, I was impressed with myself, but I got a minute and 27 seconds was my first time. So I thought that was really good, but I guess you guys did better than that. So
Good job,
um
Dan.
yeah, so I um started to just plank everywhere I was. Like at work, I would like lean against my desk and like just sort of, like a 45-degree angle. But if you do that for a few minutes, it starts to burn.
Yeah,
I tried to do I tried to push it as hard as I could once every day, and then just kind of do a bunch of little ones throughout the day. And I don't know, I started to get worried that I wasn't doing it right. And then I realized that through my professional contacts, I actually have access to some of the nation's leading physical therapists. So, shout out to Megan. I went and I talked to Megan, and I was like, "I have something completely not work related, but," and I told her about it, and she said, "Oh, yeah, yeah, let me show you." So she like, got a mat out and was showing me. She said I had a very good form, which is good. She
That's
told me
good.
how to position my shoulders correctly and everything, but the best advice that she gave me was, don't watch a clock. Instead, find a song that's a certain amount of time, and you play the song and just plank through the song, because then
Oh.
it
Okay.
sort of distracts your brain from it. Um, and that was like the thing that kind of made me start being able to push it a little bit further. I listened to I wanted to get 2 minutes, so I actually listened to Surfin' Bird. It's a
All
song
right.
that's 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and after I had talked to her, and the first time I did it, I got through the whole song. It's a bird, bird, bird.
Yeah.
But the thing I realized, like halfway through the song, it's a very repetitive song, and I have no idea where I am in the song. I'm just like, finish the song already. Um, so
That's true. That's a very that song like when it first comes on, it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is fun, and then 30 seconds into, you're like, I've had enough. I've
it's
had
enough
enough of
Yeah.
birds.
this.
It's enough of the birds. I love the song, but I don't know. It was sort of infuriating. But after I did that, I felt really, really good about myself.
Good job, Dan.
Yeah.
I would say
Um,
that's a valid thing. I think like my second attempt, I didn't do it to music, but I was just like watching Star Trek or whatever. I had Star Trek on and I was paying attention to that. And that having something else to focus on goes a long way when trying to endure discomfort.
Yeah, instead of just the pain you're in and how long you have been in that pain is something not
Yeah.
not good to focus on if you're trying to stay in pain.
Yeah.
So
What do
when
you connect? Go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say, so when I was doing it, I wasn't going for that long, but like when you're tensing up very like really hard, it definitely wears you out very fast. But I gotta say, the endurance part, I didn't really have to deal with except for the first one and the last one that I did, because I was basically did these short ones the whole time until
Oh
the
yeah.
Oh,
so but I will say, like, kind of what you're saying does make sense, because when I did it, I definitely had my phone as a stopwatch just sitting right like in front of my eyes. And
Hmm.
if I sat there and watched it, it was definitely taking way longer. So I
yeah.
just kind of looked down and focused on breathing, and then
Yeah.
Right.
that made it much better. So yeah.
Well, it's a similar
Yeah.
thing to when I was training for, or when I trained for fitness tests. You run on a treadmill, and I've seen a lot of guys in the Marine Corps. You go to a gym. I saw a lot of guys that have a towel over the console in front of the treadmill,
Hmm.
basically just covering up the distance and time thing. Because I find if I don't cover it up or if I don't have something to look at, I'll just like stare at that time and be miserable and like, oh, how much longer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So distraction is a valid technique when training for, I imagine, any physical exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch what's his name? George Wood? Uh
No.
No.
you didn't watch
Who's George?
well, he is a former world record time holder.
Oh.
Another guy beat him, but he held up. So he's like 62, former Marine, and
Makes
he
sense.
held it. Oh wait, no, did he take it back? I'm reading. I have this article up in front of me right now. But he held it for 9 hours,
Uh,
and like I can't do like stay at work for 9 hours.
Right.
yeah, that's no thanks.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. He was beat by Daniel Scally of Australia, who held it for 9 hours and 30 minutes and 1 second. So that's. I
Jeez.
mean, I watched a video of the Australian guy do it, and like he was like throwing up on himself a little bit. It's
Jeez.
like the amount of tenacity that these people have is insane. How?
Yeah.
I mean, my arm was starting to go numb when I was, like, pushing it. I don't even you know what I mean? I don't know, I just feel like we had to mention them because I don't know.
It literally did not occur to me. It sounds like maybe both you guys did this, but to look up, it did not occur to me to look up how to do it correctly. I just kind of did it, and I listened to that podcast and like, oh, I got this.
You
I know
know,
what's
everything
going
I
on.
need to know. Yeah, I didn't do a lot. I wouldn't say a lot of research. I looked a little bit. I didn't like look up the world record, but other than, looking up like how to distract yourself, there's probably like secret hacks that we don't know about, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't know, after I talked to the expert, I felt like I was pretty set, so
That's true, Dan. I feel like you took this to a different level than I did.
well, I
Certainly,
don't know, I mean, the times might not reflect that so much, but
Yeah,
we'll
it'll be
see.
interesting.
I
We
don't know.
we did say improved, so
that's true.
I'll
Yeah.
be curious. So do we want to get
Well,
into the times?
yeah, let's get into times. I will say, do you guys agree that it will be percentage improved? So like basically we'll take your best time, divide it by the starting time, and then that percentage will
Uh,
yeah.
sure.
I'll do
Is
the
that
math.
okay? I was yeah, okay. If you do the math,
Sure.
then we'll go with that.
I was
Okay.
just gonna do flat time improvement, but I don't really care. Whatever.
Well, I mean, cuz like it's that way it's like yeah, I mean, we could do time improvement. What do you guys think? Do you want to do just best time improved or percentage improved?
I feel like
'Cause
flat time might be a better indicator
okay.
because
That's it.
like, if you did it for 30 seconds, but you're doing something completely wrong, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. I feel like just flat time improved would it's also easier for my brain to comprehend.
I knew I had pushed it pretty good like my first time, and the whole like 2 weeks I was kind of regretting it like and because I did not improve that much based on my first time, which I pushed pretty hard for. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I wanna say so I my goal was to get 4 minutes because I felt like I did 4 minutes with the breath holding. I was like, "Yeah, I can do 4 minutes." So there's a song by Madonna and Justin Timberlake called 4 Minutes, and the song is 4 minutes long.
Oh,
Uh
nice.
I did not get to 4 minutes, but I just thought
huh.
that was I set a goal for myself, and I didn't, quite make it.
Okay, so I'll go first. Start time was 1:42. My end time this afternoon was 2 minutes 46 seconds for an improvement time of 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Alright.
All right.
That's pretty good.
That's
It's
pretty good,
okay.
Travis.
My first time was 1 minute and 27 seconds. And this afternoon I tried it twice. I actually recorded myself on video because I was like, I should probably get proof if I do a really good job. But I got 2 minutes and 42 seconds was my top time.
Okay.
Wow. That's pretty good. So yeah. So I did my original time was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Uh, this afternoon I held it for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which means I lost. We're
All of our end times were pretty
very,
close.
very close. And
Yeah, I
also,
mean, I would say
yeah.
I did win. Just want to make sure that that's
Yeah. This one's
Yeah.
pretty cut and dry, I think. Well, I
well,
don't
I
know.
mean, Dan, you won the challenge. I just had the highest time, and I'm okay with that.
How did I win the challenge if you won the challenge? What are you talking
No,
about?
I had the longest time, the end time, but you had the biggest improvement, I think, because your first one was 1 minute and 27 seconds, right?
Well, I think we're taking both into account, though.
Well, I thought we said it wasn't who could do it the longest. I thought we were gonna do for who improved, like had the
Yeah,
longest improvement.
yeah,
So I
Dan,
won?
you improved more. Yeah.
Well, all right. All right. I mean,
I mean, I'm glad we hashed out the rules beforehand, just so you could completely ignore them.
I've been planking. My brain is all fried from planking so much.
Been planking so too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, I'm guessing your improvement is probably like 1 minute 20 some seconds, probably.
I want to
What's 242 minus 127?
2 minutes and 42 seconds minus 1 minute 20.
It's a minute 15.
Minute 15. That's a pretty good improvement.
Yeah.
I will say I hit Surf and Bird, which is 2 minutes and 23 seconds on like day 4 or 5, and uh, this is as much as I could improve in the last like week. So I could have done better.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have done better. I should have planked more. Dang it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I don't
won.
know.
I think
Yeah.
I mean I mentioned that this is a hard thing to, get huge results in 2 weeks. Um,
There's
I
so many factors to look at as well, like not just like because time improved is good, but there's also, if we were to get super scientific, like who weighs the most? I do. So I'm gonna say I won on, I'm the one who really won.
Well, we could do a lot of math and like divide your weight by the time and the improvement. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
We're not going to
Yeah,
do that.
we can do that. Let's get a spreadsheet going here.
I watched a
Now,
video of a world record of a guy. It was the longest time planking with a 100-pound backpack on.
oh, come
oh,
on,
that sounds
Yeah,
guys.
horrible.
yeah, he could only do like 5 minutes, and he's a big guy, and he was in rough shape afterwards. His name was Paddy. And he's like, he had a bunch of Irish friends around him. They're all like, "Come on, Paddy, you're good. You're doing. You can do it. Push through it, Paddy." It was really inspiring. You should watch that video. It's pretty good.
All right. I
You
should have
guys want
watched it a
to
week ago.
Yeah, get a little motivation. So, just because I had it handy and I was thinking about it, the Air Force allows like a timed plank for the fitness test. Do you guys want to know what a perfect score is?
I am curious. Yes.
3 minutes and 25 seconds. So none of us would have gotten perfect.
That's yeah. I could get
That's
there. I
good.
bet you I could
I,
get there.
I could get
Yeah,
there.
I think
Give me
so.
like 2 more weeks. I'll be there. I might keep doing this every day. Honestly, I feel sore, but I feel good. I feel like I stand up straighter. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Yeah,
it's a good workout. I mean, it's certainly not something. I bet if you incorporated this into like some, a standard daily exercise, you would certainly see some improvement.
well, I think
Yeah.
even just like sometimes at the end of a day, if I'm like really tight or whatever, I will do a little bit of stretching while we're watching TV or something like that. I think throwing a plank or two, I probably will do, one or two planks for as long as I can hold them kind of mixed in there too. Because it is good to maintain core strength, but also just, if you haven't done anything terribly physical that day, I think it's a good kind of, I don't know, you get something done rather than just sitting in an office and being a slug all day.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey, here's a question for you guys before we finish up here. Did you either of you guys do like other planks other than just a normal front plank?
Not
Uh,
for these 2 weeks. I've just been focusing on the
for the first like 3 days or so, I tried to do like the side ones
Yeah.
and then a back one,
back
and
plank.
Back.
yeah, you can like you're basically kind of holding yourself up backwards and keeping your back straight.
Oh.
Works a different muscle group. It's
How
like
do
a
you
front plank except on the back.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think my shoulders work that way. How do
No, you just
you
all
You
right.
just
I'll show it to you
you
when
put your
we.
hands like
Yeah,
down frontwards, not over your
yeah, and
head.
the kind of you kind of stick your
You're not doing
groin
like
into the air.
doing
Yeah,
like the crab walk.
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't do any of those. I just did straight plank. I tried to
Uh,
take Dan's approach from the breath holding one and just do it a lot, except I didn't do it all that much, I guess. Once or twice, as long as I could go was about what I was doing most nights.
yeah, yeah. Well, I did those, and I was like, wait, but in my head, I'm like, we're not going to compete against these ones, and it's probably just gonna make me more sore. So I stopped doing it. That's, anyway, that's my closing thoughts. It's
Yeah.
probably a good workout. go for it.
Yeah. In
Well,
summation, it's a good thing to do. Not super interesting, but it's also like low cost or whatever. So it probably is a good idea. If you're listening to this, do a plank now and then, and enjoy that. Those are my closing thoughts.
honestly, listening to the music kinda made it fun. I'm not like, it was like a challenge, like, to beat a song, like, I can stay for this whole song,
Oh, sure.
and it's a very satisfying feeling to listen to a song all the way through when you're planking, and then you can be like, "I did it. I can stop, and I'm not even like, I could go longer if I wanted to," but
Yeah, I suppose you get just like emotional and physical release at the end where you just like fall down, absolutely wiped out.
yeah,
I
it's,
could see that.
yeah. So, I think if you hate planking, try doing that, and it kind of, makes it fun. I don't know.
There
Give
you
it a
go.
shot.
All right. Now presenting the Tanky Planker, Dan Collins.
Well, thank you, Travis. Thank you, Mike. I'm surprised that I won this one. I thought the military fellas would have done better, I guess, but we can all surprise ourselves with our perfect statuesque bodies, and it's yeah, you can try it, and you can surprise yourself. Get out there and start planking. You did great.
Next time on Perpetual Incompetence.
I'm doing a real bad job of explaining it, but oh my gosh. Did my brain die?
Are you okay?
Need a
No,
nap,
I'm
Travis.
good.